Hi everyone. For this short video, I wanted to go over if you ever run into having a loose input. I'm going to show some pictures here, and there's a few different guitars that I'm showing pictures of the different types of inputs. They're really the same thing, just different spots of the guitars. And I settled on this one here. And so what I needed to do first, obviously, was to unscrew the plate on there that's holding the input in there. So you might have to find a screwdriver with a smaller um, tip, and it's typically a Phillips head screwdriver that you would be using, but I had to get a really tiny one, and I didn't like the one that I was using initially, so I found a screwdriver with an attachment that had a smaller screw head so that I could take care of it with an easier grip. And once you get those off, basically, just as you can see in the picture, you just gently pull the whole input out, and it's connected to wires, so you want to be careful that you don't just rip it out of there because they're soldered to the input so that you have the sound going from the guitar to the amp. So you just pull it out, and you can probably pull it out between 2 and 3 inches, maybe less than that, maybe more, like an inch and a half or two. And um, and from there you will notice that in some of the pictures you'll see that I have um, I'm holding the input with what you would call needle nose pliers. It allows me to get really close to the bolt. Now there's a bolt on the outside that you're easily able to see when you have when you have this piece in the guitar, but when you pull it out, there's also one on the other side, another bolt that you need to get into, and that's what I'm using the needle nose pliers to be able to hold on to. Because basically all we're going to do, and all you would actually end up paying one of your luthiers or guitar techs to do, is this. They hold the bolt on the inside there, as seen in the picture, and then, as you'll see in some of the videos that I'm showing, that I'm going to take a separate, I have a ratchet set, and if you have something like that, if not, you can probably use another set of pliers or a wrench and adjust the size of the the wrench to the bolt that's on the other side of the input, and you're just going to tighten that up. You have to hold the one on the inside, like what I'm doing with the needle nose pliers, so that it doesn't move, and then tighten the other side so that it's kind of like a vice grip in a way. I don't know the better way to describe that. You probably could think of it on your own, but you're holding one end so that the other can tighten up, and then it's just squeezing the plate that holds the input to the guitar. And once you've gotten that sufficiently tight, it's probably going to loosen up again over time. This is just one of those things that will happen every once in a great while. It's not a defect. It's not a problem with a broken input. Not usually. In this case, it's just that it got loose, and it happens when you're plugging and unplugging your guitar over and over again. Over time, it all gets loosened up. So that's what happens with this, and you just tighten it up. Then you can put it all right back in, and you should be good to go.